I'm going to read you guys an article, and I want you guys to take some guesses at when it was published, just based on the context. I'm going to start reading. Trump lawyers given court date over lawsuit alleging rape of a 13-year-old. Counselor for Jeffrey Epstein, who was convicted of underage sex crimes in 2008, is associate of Prince Andrew, also ordered to appear for December hearing. So Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Prince Andrew all being accused together of raping a 13-year-old. I want you to take some guesses at when this article came out. A federal judge in New York has ordered counsel for Donald Trump and the disgraced financier, Jeffrey Epstein, to appear in court along with the attorney for a woman referred to only as Jane Doe, who alleges the Republican presidential nominee raped her when she was 13. Judge Ronnie Abrams has slated an initial status conference in the civil lawsuit for 16th of December in New York District Court. The order raises the extraordinary prospect where Trump, to win the November 8th battle for the White House of counsel for a U.S. president-elect, being called into federal court in proceedings related to allegations of rape of an underage girl. Trump has vociferously, God, this article is so wordy. Trump has vociferously denied the allegations, dismissing them as fabrications and slamming the lawsuit as a sham designed to smear him as he runs for highest office. Epstein, an associate of the UK's Prince Andrew, was convicted of underage sex crimes in Florida in 2008 and has also denied the allegations. The Guardian investigation this summer found that the lawsuit appeared to have been coordinated by a former producer on the Jerry Springer TV show, who has been associated in the past with a range of disputed claims involving celebrities, including O.J. Simpson and Kurt Cobain. A publicist acting for Jane Doe also attempted to sell a video in which the woman describes her allegations against Trump to media outlets at a $1 million price tag. To be fair, that's also what you do when you're a paparazzi. You take any story you can get, and when you get a really big one, you shop around to see where you can get the best price for it. There's actually quite a few stories that we know are like weeks out from being released, because rumors are bouncing around that leakers are actively price shopping different journalistic outlets to see how much money they're willing to pay to get the first broadcasting rights to the story. The court order gives no details of the legal complaint raised by Jane Doe and instructs all parties to the case to set out in advance the nature of the allegations and the principal defenses, as well as any previous motions and discovery, as well as the estimated length of trial. The original federal lawsuit filed in June alleged that Jane Doe was sexually assaulted by Trump in 1994 at Epstein's Manhattan home. Further claims were made that the real estate billionaire raped the then teenager at parties hosted by Epstein on the Upper East Side. The Guardian investigation found that a publicist calling himself Al Taylor attempted to sell the videotape of Jane Doe relating her allegations for $1 million. It linked Taylor through a variety of means, including shared email addresses and phone numbers, to Norm Lubbow, who used to work on Springer's daytime talk show. Lubbow was connected to a contentious claim raised in 1998 documentary movie Kurt and Courtney that Courtney Love offered a fellow musician $50K to murder her husband. Kurt Cobain of Nirvana. Did you have to clarify? Love has denied the charge. I don't think Courtney Love did that. According to the New York Post, Lubbow was also behind a tabloid newspaper story that O.J. Simpson bought illicit drugs on the day his estranged wife, Nicole Brown, was killed. I mean, he was really off his rocker during that police chase. I've listened to the whole audio of them negotiating with OJ during the police chase. Like, he's clearly, like, either manic or high or both. I wouldn't be... That one might be true. That one could be true. When The Guardian quizzed Al Taylor about his true identity, the publicist replied, "Just be warned, we'll sue you if we don't like what you write. We'll sue your ass, own your newspaper's ass as well, punk." Damn. Jesus. The Trump presidential campaign did not immediately respond to a request for comment about the forthcoming court proceedings. A lawyer for the Trump organization told The Guardian in July, "This is basically a sham lawsuit brought by someone who desires to impact the presidential election." In 2016, when this article came out, that's right, 2016, it was mostly written off. The sources it came from, and the fact the case got dropped by the plaintiff was very much a case where most people just decided not to think about it anymore. It just got completely swept under the rug, and no one cares about it anymore. But this came out all the way in 2016, dude. 2016, Trump was being accused, along with Epstein and Prince Andrew, of raping teenagers. Nowadays, we recognize two of these three people as notorious pedophiles. This is why, even before the Epstein files stuff came out, or started to become big, I have referred to Trump as a pedophile and a rapist. I would be willing to make a compelling case with my lawyer in court if Trump wanted to sue me for why I believe this for a fact to be the case. And I would frankly just love to get sued by Trump if he wanted to try and challenge me on this. I mean, God, could you imagine the publicity? It would be amazing for me. So, when this story hit, I immediately thought of the article that we just read. This is an article from just yesterday. I'm going to be reading another article now. And knowing what you're about to hear right now, I want you to consider the context of what I just told you, and of course the context of everything to do with the right wing, and what MAGA has been up to, what they've defended Trump doing, and all the other allegations. DOJ admits to Republicans that the Epstein files are even worse for Trump than we thought. Details in the files are reportedly even more damning for Donald Trump than previously indicated. And it was already bad. Rumors about Donald Trump's connection to Jeffrey Epstein have gripped the Republican Party. A few conservative representatives with ties to the FBI and the Justice Department have spilled that the true details of the Epstein files are worse for Trump than previously reported, according to journalist David Schuster. Michael Wolff, a longtime chronicler of Trump's White House, who conducted extensive interviews with Epstein prior to his death, told the Daily Beast last month that Epstein had shown him photos of Trump with half-naked young girls in his lap. These rumors have galvanized into a legitimate movement among Republicans, who are now, Schuster wrote on X Wednesday night, clamoring for the file's full release. For months, just 4 Republicans had penned their signatures on a discharge petition demanding transparency into the investigation of the pedophilic sex trafficker and his potential associates. Those conservative lawmakers include Representatives Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace, and Lauren Boebert. Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva, who won the special election in Arizona in September. I'm always really bad with her last name, but I think I got it right. Has also vowed to sign the bipartisan petition. She's the last signature that the House needs to force a vote on the issue. I've talked about this a lot, how when the government opens back up, she will be sworn in, and she's pledged her vote yes, and that's when the Epstein files come out, is when the government reopens, which can't happen until Republicans make the vital concessions to Democrats they need to. The Speaker, Mike Johnson, has conveniently refused to swear her in for more than a month. He's arguing it's because of the government shutdown. But the disturbing new rumor, I'm terrible at reading today, has dredged up far more support, with more than 100 Republicans planning to vote alongside Democrats in an effort to get in front of what's coming, reported Schuster. They are turning on Trump. Wow, okay. The Trump administration has failed at every turn to mitigate anxieties about the president's longtime friendship with the child sex criminal. The typically bombastic Attorney General Pam Bondi was silent when asked about the photos during a Senate hearing last month. A choice that further spooked several GOP lawmakers, with many interpreting her non-response as a very vocal yes. The question is, did the FBI find more photographs that have been discussed publicly by a witness who claimed that Jeffrey Epstein showed them to him? Asked Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse in early October. But Bondi, who could only blink with her mouth agape, you don't know anything about that, she said. Okay. Famously, it was Pam Bondi who said, "You can't ask me that. I don't have to answer that. I'm gonna freak out. I'm leaving." So, yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. Anyway, this is pretty blatant, right? Can we all agree that, Trump is... Can we all say it on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Trump is a pedophile. Come on. Come on. This needs to be... We really need to constantly remind ourselves of this. When we list the number one reason why Trump is bad, pedophile. He's a pedophile. He rapes children. Well, raped children. I don't know if he does it now, to be fair. I'll legally protect myself, because I cannot verify if he is still engaging in that behavior. But he has raped, and I do fully believe he has raped children. People have accused him of raping him, or raping them, of raping them when they were children. So, I believe it. I genuinely don't think... I think these are the 3 main points we need to focus on with Trump. Point number 1, why Trump is bad. He's a pedophile. Point number 2, why Trump is bad. He's an idiot and he's ruining the economy. Point number 3, why Trump is bad. He is blatantly attacking democracy and trying to divide Americans. Those 3 points right there, I genuinely believe are winning points. I think point number 1 does a lot of the heavy lifting, man. Like, people are really into the Epstein file stuff. They aren't letting it go, even after years. And I think that we are bubbling up right now to a critical, explosive downfall for the right. I thought it was going to be a slow burn away. It might be an explosive fall off for the right, genuinely. Perhaps a converse explosive blow up for the left. Because if these files come out, which is what now even Republicans are trying to make happen, if these files come out and they are as bad for Trump as they say, like photos of Trump with underage girls in his lap, barely dressed, bad, if like that is in those files, but like censored or something, but everyone can tell what it is and how bad it is, if that's what ends up coming out, Trump is done. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of fucking creepo pedophiles in this country that would continue to support him, but I think most of the country would be terrified to even rhetorically make excuses for Trump if the Epstein files undisputedly came out, everyone paid attention, and found out that he is in fact a pedophile and one of Epstein's biggest clients. They all decided to blame Clinton all at once and it died? The Epstein files? Oh, believe me, no they haven't. No, they haven't. The Epstein files have not died at all. They are still very relevant, and people are still very much not forgetting it. Keep in mind, by the way, the Epstein files have been relevant now for like 5 fucking years, okay? Like 5 or 6 years now. I promise you, the Epstein didn't kill himself meme, it's still relevant. Like, all that shit is still really out there. No, Epstein didn't kill himself meme? Contact sand? No? Oh, you mean the meme. Okay, yeah, sorry, okay. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Sorry. Mike Johnson and his son would still support Trump? Yeah, they would. Co-partner MAGA? Trying to distract from the Epstein files with Indian hate? They are. I think that's a big part of it. They want to distract from the Civil War, the Epstein files, the Civil War between MAGA and the the Nazi right. Yeah, like, they want to distract from these things. The big failure they just had at the polls. Like, guys, we're winning right now. I feel pretty safe to say we are winning right now. The remaining, like, popular... Like broad right wing online right now is just embracing open racism against Indians now. Like, that's what they're going to devolve into, is just open mask off racism about Indians. And at first people might find it funny or kind of agree with it, but as they get more comfortable doing it, it's going to get so over the top and so blatantly mean-spirited, people are just going to start to not like it. People are going to start to be pushed away by they're going to be pushed away from the racism by the racism. Because this whole Indian hate thing, they aren't even engaging in the slightest bit of euphemism. They're being so open about it. Oh yeah, Prince Andrew is also no longer a prince. He's just Andrew now, because when he got convicted, they stripped him of his royal title, which is like the coolest fucking thing ever, by the way. They stripped him of his royal title. Fucking raw. I love that. I love that they're like, you are no longer Prince Andrew, you're just Andrew now. Pedophile Andrew. Rot in the cell. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty darn cool stuff. By that I mean, I hate this. I hate that our president is a pedophile. I hate that he's not just a pedophile, but one who has acted on his pedophilic urges. I hate the fact that countless Americans are willing to defend the pedophile, but you know what keeps me going? The fact that this cannot stand. The fact that very, very soon, well sooner than later, there will be a mass recognition of this fact. People are going to wake up from this nightmare, and they are going to grab tight hold of reality like they have before in similar situations to this. I want you guys to keep in mind, I'm telling you right now, as someone who has been in politics, online especially, and in real life, longer than I had been in previous election cycles now, I can tell you that I've seen times like this. 2014 to 2017 was just like this. And the way it ended was spectacular to watch, and it led to an explosion of success for the left. The same thing is coming for us. Another fall off for the right, and another big boom of popularity for the left, but it's only going to be more extreme. It's going to be more significant, more substantial. Trump might be Epstein's biggest client. That's a real possibility, and I'm not even saying that to shit on Trump, by the way. Like, Epstein and Trump were both, like, real estate guys who had a big presence in New York and Florida. It's very likely that Trump was Epstein's biggest client. Like, they have every reason to have been that close, and for Trump to have been literally the biggest client of Epstein's. Real, Lance, they have so many photos together. Exactly. Why would they have so many photos together if they weren't as close as people seem to imply? I mean, it is Republicans at the FBI, Republicans at the DOJ that leaked the information that there is more implicated in the Epstein files for Trump than we even thought before. And there was a lot, man. That Epstein letter, the Enigmas thing, that one drawing. Does anyone remember this? Hold on. This was literally in Epstein's birthday book for Trump. Epstein made this for Trump, if I'm not mistaken. That is literally Mar-a-Lago in the background, by the way. Wait, line it up. That's literally Mar-a-Lago in the background. They were literally besties, dude. Trump and Epstein were besties. A lot of people don't know about this image, by the way. I covered it. That video got, like, no views, which sucked. Both because I didn't get a lot of views in the video, but also I didn't get to see, like, a bunch of people become aware of this. But now there's a lot more people watching, so I'm just letting you know. Yeah. Trump did it. Trump and Epstein did it, okay? Well, I mean, I don't know if they fucked. I mean, like, they did the raping, like, for sure. Pedophiles. They are literally both pedophiles. And I will never let off on this point, okay? That needs to be the number one thing we bring up to Trump supporters from now on. Like, oh, okay, so you like the child rapist? Could you defend that for me? Or, like, how do you feel about Donald Trump raping children? Like, that should be the number one point that you go to. And don't let them squiggle out of it. The amount of evidence at this point is overwhelming, and tell them they're coping, or they're in favor of it, and end the conversation there if they refuse to accept it. And leave them just hanging with the feeling that you believe sincerely, as you do, that they are a pedophile and are done with the conversation. That is the best way to handle someone like that. Leave them embarrassed and humiliated because you've indicated you think they're a pedo, you have no doubt, and you're done with the conversation because you're grossed out by them, and then leave them hanging. No ability to defend themselves or defend Trump. Just either make them own it, or if they refuse to, basically own it for them, essentially, and then end the conversation on that note. Fun fact, I find myself more and more switching from Vosh's stream to watch yours instead. I like that you stay on topic and it doesn't go to dead air every other minute now. I don't know how Vosh manages to maintain such a high concurrent viewer count with so much dead air. A lot of big streamers have a surprising amount of dead air, and I notice my view count just plummet if I let myself stay silent for more than 10 seconds even. So I try to stay talking as constantly as I can, and yeah, it helps, but I don't know. Some of these big streamers, it's crazy how high their attention is. Anyway, though, cult of personality, I guess? Maybe. It's kind of the same thing as Trump, right? Like, even though Trump's gotten a lot more boring and a lot less funny than he used to be, like, people still support him because he's Trump. Could be something like that. Anyway, folks, if you appreciated this segment, if you found my coverage worthwhile, please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. It really does help a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. Join the fan Discord if you haven't already and you want to be a part of the community events and stuff that I host every week. And with all that said, I do hope to see you around again, and thank you for watching.